Next up, when we were told we were doing a banquet, so our first year with this team obviously was the height of early COVID, so we didn't do any banquet because we handed out Super Bowl rings in the parking lot because that's how we had to get through that season. So we never really done a banquet together, so we didn't really know what the expectation was. But I was talking to some of the other older coaches with the program. They're like, "Oh, you got to actually hand out awards." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I started coming up with these most likely to awards, just something to be fun and lighthearted. And then Teddy looked over my shoulder one day and was like, "Those are kind of mean," and I thought they were just funny. So Teddy kind of, it's a new world, so Teddy kind of helped me get things right. Then the linemen, I am going to be a little bit spicy with the linemen just because that's how we get down on the line. But so these are really just intended to be light-hearted and fun. As we call you up, just come through here. You'll get your medal for our second place finish, and we'll give you the certificate for your individual award. So up first, we have the most likely to be everyone's best friend, aka get in trouble for talking in practice, Mandito, Brian Swanson. Come on up. And that includes the opposing team. Like, I've never met another kid to show up at a party with somebody from the opposing team, but my boy did. He's like, "Yeah, come on with it." This is how we kick it. Oh, does he? I've never seen him dance. Oh, you got to break it down for me, mama. All right, up next we got most likely to be smiling for no apparent reason. We'd be in the thick of it, just yelling at him. He'd be smiling at me. I'm like, what? This dude, my boy AB, he's like, "You can't break me, coach. I'm happy. I love it. Come on with it."
Hey, I'm so glad you came. Really had fun.
All right, most likely to get the O-line in trouble. If y'all never seen the O-line and D-line going at each other and had me yelling at the O-line, it was almost always Kenzie that was just terrorizing those poor boys. And nobody wanted to block her. Like, didn't even try. Kenzie Captain K. Most likely to get O-line in trouble. All right, most likely to be pumped for someone after a good play. Now, this is a quality that I love about Jordan. It doesn't matter who's making the play. If somebody's making the play, Jordan's going to be hyped for you. Like, he could be on the sideline chilling. You make a good play, you come back, Jordan's going to let you know that you made a good play. And that is a great value to a team. So, Mr. Jordan, come on up and get your award. All right, most likely to look for contact during a play. Now, if you watch film on Dotson, my boy can have 20 yards of open grass to the right, 2 guys to the left. He's going to the left. Every time. You're like, "Bro, there's a touchdown over there." He's like, "But I'm going to truck that guy over here." My boy, most likely to look for contact during a play, Michael Trey.
Why you like that? You don't care what one, please work out now.
All right, sadly Bishop couldn't be here, but most likely to make a one-handed catch. This is my boy Bishop. He come by that honestly. His dad taught him how to make them catches, but he used to do that all the time in practice. Give it up for Bishop. This is my favorite award because it's the most true. Most likely to get 5 yards when the play looked busted. Turtle. You're like, there's nothing but traffic there, and all of a sudden Turtle squeaks through. Like, how do you get 5 yards from nowhere? Just out the middle of nothing. Most likely to climb an opponent like a ladder. Y'all know you saw that. What was that game against the very first scrimmage? He straight climbed. It's my boy. Hey, no, I don't care how tall you are, I will get up there, sir. Straight picking on me. Locked down, just like my brother. Locked down. All right, that's another one for Isaac. Most likely to be a Team Swiss Army knife. Isaac participated in all 3 phases of the game. It didn't seem like there was anything we could throw at him that he couldn't do. So kudos to Isaac. Another one, Dio. Most likely to run the perfect route. Our boy Dio ran great routes and was always where he needed to be to catch the ball, so we respect that. We'll get these to them. I was hoping I could take it to them, but now I'll have to figure that out. All right, next up, my boy Big Will, most likely to eat your cornbread. If you have not seen the movie Life, go ahead and put that on. It may not be family appropriate. You have to judge for yourself, but Eddie Murphy and Martin, you gonna eat your cornbread? But as a big man raising a skinny kid, let me tell you how much I appreciate this. Will came over to my house for film study one time and just destroyed some pizza. And then we took him out to chicken. Teddy wanted to take the lineman out for some chicken. Homeboy did work. I was like, God, I'm impressed. Like, if I'm going to a buffet, I'm calling Will just so I have somebody that can eat with me, make me feel better about myself. Because Teddy just wasted my money on a buffet. He's like, you get a half a plate and you're like, really? Come on, bro. I need somebody that's going to hold up, get my money out of this situation. All right, next up we got most likely to get the team hype as League 3. He'd be on the sideline getting everybody riled up. Doesn't matter what the situation, League 3 hype.
Come on up, come on up.
We got this, we got this. All right, this is one that I didn't even really know, and Teddy kind of, helped me out with some of these because he, has a different perspective, and I don't always work with the skill players because I'm usually with the line, but most likely to lighten up a stressful situation. This is one of those things that's an intangible but super important, right? When the team is really tense and you have that guy that can come out and kind of break that tension, like when you're getting screamed at or whatever, and apparently Landon does that a lot in the huddle to kind of make things not so in those moments. So that's a good skill to have on the team. It's one of those you got to know when to use it, but when you use it properly, it'll help your teammates out a lot. So give it up to Landon for most likely to lighten up a stressful situation.
Right here.
All right, so this is Desmond. Couldn't come. His mom popped positive on Friday, so he had to quarantine, so it's kind of a bummer. But Des is most likely to drive their man 20 yards downfield, even on a pass play. So if you ever saw us get a penalty on a pass play, that was Des taking his man to the house. And if he found out that you were weaker than him every down, he was going to drive it as far as he possibly could. So mad respect for that. Up next, we got most likely to take the handoff perfectly. Another thing I would have never known without Teddy. But Teddy says Phoenix takes the handoff perfectly every time. So kudos to my boy Phoenix. Where you at? All right, up next we got most likely to be respectful to the coaches. Toby has been raised well. This kid is so nice and proper. I never feel bad about yelling at him. He never snaps back at me. He's just like, I got you, coach. I got you. All right. And I mean, honestly, and we've talked to the kids about this, so this isn't new information to them, but that legitimately is a huge skill when you're trying to take it to the next level, because no coach wants to deal with a kid with attitude. When you get to that next level, there's 30 kids that are as good as you are, and if you're the one with attitude, you're the one that's not playing. So that is a great skill to have. Another one along a similar line, our boy Ethan, most likely to embrace coaching. I never once had this kid tell me like no, or I was trying to, like every kid always wants to defend himself. When I would try to coach up Ethan, he'd just be like, yes, coach. There would be no like trying to argue your way out of it, just took the coaching and tried to apply it. So that's mad respect for that. Most likely to have the coaches say, dang, after a big hit. That's my boy Darian Lockett. Darian came over and immediately started making an impression on the team by how hard he hit. And you can see that in his tape and at practice. You could hear the other kids start to like not want to line up against him. All right, most likely to be asked to fill in anywhere on the O-line or D-line. And that is guard, left guard, left tackle, center, nose tackle, D-end. If there's somewhere on the line, my boy would do it. Right, here's the funny thing. For the first 3 years of his career, he played quarterback. That's why he's so smart and knows everything that's going on. That, like, having that background, a lot of people don't realize that. Like, that dude is on par with Teddy as far as knowing what's going on at all times. And which is a huge asset on the line, because line is so important. Most likely to correct the coaches and be right. Sometimes. Not always, but a lot of times. We'd be like, no, that's not that play. We'd be like, oh, you're right, my bad. Most likely to look effortless when outrunning the other team. David never even looks like he's running half the time. Homeboy just out there for a stroll, dogging people by 20 yards. DT, come on. Most likely to moss someone, my boy Joshua. This dude don't even have to jump half the time, he still does. Just in case. All right, this next one I didn't print anything for. It was kind of a last moment thought, but I think it's important enough to make sure everybody knows that how much we appreciate it. Most likely to be the best Vikings cheerleader, my boy Everson. No certificate, I'm sorry, my bad.